something like, say, the Neo Splash. Because now, all of a sudden, the Neo Splash sits on the back lines, charges up strikes, it throws strikes down. The blaster runs through the strikes, being obscured in vision, so you can't tell what's going on, and then sets up this bubbler at a good location so that now sight lines onto other places where the Neo Splash and maybe your 52 gal or whatever, wherever those weapons are, they're now at least somewhat protected from direct line of fire, and they can move into the bubble, and then perhaps beyond that as a result, and of course your pencil or whatever can come in. That was what I thought the overall plan of Henlo Fan Club was going to be in the 20XX League, and then they just decided to stray away from that for whatever reason. I still do not know. But that's where I found the most effective use case and the best way to set that up in general. And in fact, you saw it as Metro switched over to playing more roller with Atomic. That bubbler came out and did very similar things there, where now you're setting this up, enabling the rest of the team to be escorted in after you get that one player into position in the first place.
Well, kind of like what you were saying, how Metro got everybody into position was Zenith throwing those ink strikes right off the bat in like a particular way, and then all of a sudden you got a roller and Goss right up in your face. But this is Punchy Fan Club taking on Dreams from yesterday. We're back here, and there's still an E-Leader, still using the same exact comp they were before. E-Leader with a couple of melee-ish kind of weapons, and, well, you got to do Soda, so you stick on the Inzep to make this work. Blaster is gone, though. We just streamed this map, particularly, and the Blaster was on the Punchy Fan Club, right?
I think that's correct. Or we just wasted the past, 3 minutes of talking about Blaster just to not see it again.
That's fine. I'm fine with wasting time. As long as the clock is ticking, good things are happening.
But yeah, I mean, I think the other thing with this composition and something without the Blaster is that it's a little more mobile, right? Very much faster weapons that can play around each other a little more quickly, and you've got the option to those strikes to enable something like a brush to move forward. Now, a brush is unfortunately going to get taken down, and now we might see something else happen here as, brush comes in on the far side as well. It almost picks off the Typewriter player here, but the Cooler is able to come out, and Punchy squad here is going to continue rolling in, although the brush is going to get a 2 down on that side before taking away their own lives. And now the Cooler goes down on the other side of the pitch, but oh no, trades back and forth keep happening. Punchy coming away with a couple there, and looks like they're going to keep rolling in and taking care of business. Look at just how far forward they are right now, and this is exactly where you want to be to play up.
By the way, if you're taking advantage of the fact that predictions are still going on, don't just auto-assume the Punchy Fan Club's going to win this one. Yeah, the penalty points are gone. Yeah, they're pushed up in the enemy base. Yeah, they're getting a lot of splats. They're getting specials. That hammer's going to be dead. But you don't know what's going to happen. Maybe this Inzap could. Don't make predictions now. It's too late. Have integrity.
You don't know what's going to happen in Game 2 is what you were going to say, Popcon. Right?
Exactly. You don't know how the set's going to play out.
Right.
Come on now.
Yeah.
It's the best of 3. Anything can happen.
Is this best of 3 or best of 5?
This is best of 3. This is the loser's bracket.
Even
you
losers
could make
finals
it best of 5. Yeah, Grands will be best of 5, but losers finals, for the sake of speed and for the sake of you're a loser, so this is your punishment. Wow. We made it best of 3.
That is brutal.
It's loser's bracket. It's not lower bracket. It's not redemption bracket. You are a loser.
You are a loser.
Loser. And then if you get to a bracket reset, everybody's a loser. And the tournament should be over at that point. I don't know why we play a bracket reset.
Yeah, we called double elimination, Popgun.
That's
you have to lose twice.
Yes, that is fair.
Yeah, that is the name of the game.
Yes, that is the most popular format in competitive Splatoon.
Grumble,
with
grumble.
Anybody who's banned from lowing.
Grumble. Except the league format, when you have teams at your level.
Yeah, league format is just the group stage and the top cut and all that. That's fun.
Yeah, right.
The Ludi.
Yeah.
The classic. Team Punchy. Team Punchy has Splatoon's humpback. Another example of you can't just do the same Splat Zone maps over and over if you're going to do a Splat Zone tournament. So, I mean, we saw Hammerhead earlier, and one of the Blowing Staff, or the IPL head TOs, seems to think that's viable for competitive. So, yeah.
Okay.
I remember when FT Win used to use double PG Aerospray on this map and just booyah bomb till till the cows came home on that one.
That was a fun meta.
Ink strikes are pretty good here too.
Yeah, and we'll see them opted for at least once here, but yeah, we've had a lot of weird metas. You can say what you want about coolers. At least it's not something completely obnoxious like just booyah bombs continue to get thrown on top of the zone.
Well,
it was only for like 2 weeks. It was only for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then Caveman discovered missiles. And then it changed. It revolutionized Splat Zone's humpback forever.
No.
Let's see here. Okay, so dreams from yesterday. Desperately trying to stay alive with this. Finally coming off the E-Leader. I think kind of recognizing maybe not for this map in particular. I mean, they've been kind of holding steady on that particular weapon all along, but this map, it's Splatoon 2 or 3, has always kind of begged you to have a specific comp just for it, and even if it means getting rid of the E-Leader. The good news is the pencil's going to paint a whole heck of a lot more than the E-Leader. 5 charges actually outpace just one.
The other thing, too, is we were talking about the E-Leader being very slow. You don't have a lot of coverage left or right when you're at E-Leader, right? And on this map where things are very, like, much more open, in terms of that left or right presence, you don't have a lot of, like, solid choke points where you can just stare and expect someone to pop out and you can just immediately get them, right? Instead, you have a higher likelihood of missing a shot or not being aimed quite right to be able to get the flick or something like that on the player, and that means you're going to be a sitting duck on top of the zone the second that you miss your first shot. So that's the reality of the situation, I think, for a lot of players too, is it just doesn't feel as great here. But even still, even so far, and now we're actually going to see Team in Orange here take the lead. Strikes coming in on top of the zone, and looks like it's going to get taken right back the other way. Snipe Rider backing away, and the Ultra Scam trying to put in some work. It actually holds onto it for at least a little while longer. There's the Splat Bomb, though, comes out, and starting to see the Orange take over.
By the way, since they're using Pencil now, that means they already got the soda covered. So this player right here, who's traditionally been using InZap so far, can switch to this Junior. We saw him got a kill with the Splat Bomb and just popping the bubbler in zone and then automatically saying, no, let's just abandon this altogether. Let's just get out of here because it's getting a little too dicey for it. So I wonder if it was less of, I don't want to use E-Leader here, and more of, hey, I really want to use Junior here. Can you go to Pencil to get us the soda in the replacement? So far, it's gotten the lead for Dreams of yesterday, but the Punchy Fan Club should be getting rid of their penalty points right now. So the question is, what can Dreams do to get back into control of things? Taking care of a couple of players who are off on their own should be a great way, but still, lead goes over to Punchy Fan Club.
Oh, comes right out of the grab ball and is able to take down the zip casting Mox. Well done by Punchy, but even still not going to be enough for the rest of the team to come back in and take over the zone. Here comes some of those strikes, trying to cap the zone right before the lead switches, and they'll be successful in doing so. Although Quiet Life on the Junior trying to stick around, no, going to be dissuaded from doing that. Frutella comes back forward, maintains their lead for now, and now another 2-down situation. Here comes the Crab Tank as well, continuing to apply pressure, and you can see no effective way to get set up.
So the reason double Booyah Bomb worked is because the way the zone is curved, you just throw them both the same spot, it almost automatically caps the zone into your favor. Ink Strike kind of does the same exact thing. So even as Punchy Fan Club is starting to push up here and trying to get control of the zone, all they really need to do is build up another set of Ink Strikes, which they have. They have some time to do that. Now, it doesn't come out automatically from the slosher, but as soon as they have that ready to go, they can just kind of spread it out across the zone, auto-cap it back into their favor almost. And now that they got it, they can just kind of hold on to that and make it the GG for the last 20 seconds.
They're looking to do just that. Zipcast comes out, and they're looking to maintain some kind of forward presence. Ultra Stamp's going to find one. Looking to find a second. Going to be able to find a trade. Rest of the team's escorted in on the left side. Big Bubbler goes out, and they're able to cap the zone. But just for how while longer, because the rest of the Punchy Fan Club was able to back out away. Their strikes, one misses, goes slightly over top of the zone, and the cap is maintained right now by Dreams from yesterday. One member goes down, the brush is pushed back away, and there's no specials to the name right now of Punchy Fan Club. You're gonna have to build those up pretty quickly and charge right back in as the timer is quickly ticking down, although they lose control of the zone right away. Bombs are starting to come out. The Bubbler comes up once again, and Quiet Life is able to hold down the top of the zone. Here comes the Deluge of Blue Ink. Strikes out one more time. There's another three. Try to paint over top of the zone, but no. As you mentioned, Pop Gun, it's the strikes that seal it.
So the first wave, there was a Bubbler on the back right or back left side of the zone from what we were looking at. So I think that one that missed was trying to just like find a way over the Bubbler. Obviously on that second time around, there was no Bubbler in the way. So let me just throw some strikes with a little bit of attack on the zone. That's enough to cap it.
As I recall, the capsule for the strike goes through the bubble.
Does it? And like paint through it as well?
I don't know if it paints through it. Though, like, it probably shreds it, if I had to guess. But the capsule you could throw into the bubble for sure.
Do you know what? On this replay right here, they even have the Bubbler.
Yeah,
so it went through it right there, even when it
yeah.
Well, there you go. Strikes are good.
Quite good.
Not just on that map, in Splatoon in general.
In most cases, as a matter of fact, actually. They just require a slightly higher level of coordination.